Right, Ryan, good to talk to you. Thank you for your time.
Yeah,
it's always good to have a chat. Firstly, just how strong a performance was that against Lee last time out?
Yeah, it was. It was good, an all-round team performance. A lot of people, exterior were talking about getting revenge, and we owed, the team won, and that's all right if you want to think of it like that. But it was a league performance that we needed to get our playoff, charge, underway. Really, we've got what is it now? 4 games left. And that was a really important game, really important 2 points for us, in that process of getting in the playoffs. So we've got a lot of work to do, but it set us up and put us in a good position to get that done.
What was that performance built on then, do you think?
We just brought a load of energy. I knew. I spoke to quite a few of the boys as well, in the team about the effect after Wembley. And it's not so much, when you win at Wembley, I'm talking about Lee now, it's not so much the game after that really hurts you, it's the game after that. It's similar to the Easter periods. It's not really the first game in Easter, it's the ones after that what really, affect the energy banks. So this was the second game post Wembley for Lee, and I knew their energy were going to be down, and that was obvious. From when we started, and we just ploughed a load of energy into it, and obviously they couldn't handle us.
What was Willie and the coaching staff approach been like in terms of helping everyone to get over what happened at Wembley and push you all on now from this point on?
It's just about acceptance. Accept it. Whatever's done's done. We look at it as a bit of a missed opportunity, and get the fuel from that. Get a bit of eagerness back into our performance, and that competition is now over and out the way. There's no need to think about it anymore. We need to think about the competitions that we are in, and it's all about getting in the top 6, which is really tight. We know that the teams around us are vying for that as well, and it is very tight. And we've got a lot of work to do to get in there, and we've got another chance to win another trophy.
I know one player that stood out against Lee in particular, Jack Walker, got a lot of praise. Obviously, him well from your time at Leeds together as well. What did you think of his performance?
Yeah, I was really pleased with him coming back into the team, because he hadn't played, for us for a while. And other fullbacks have been playing there, but it was really good for him to wait his turn. And when he was called upon, he really didn't half play well. So he's playing for a contract as well. He's playing for. I don't know. I don't speak to him about it, about what's going on. It's none of my business. But he's playing for a contract if it's here or elsewhere. But he wants to put on a good show, and he certainly did that.
Yeah, seeing him recently compared to maybe when he was coming through at Leeds at the time, have you seen much of a difference playing wise at all then?
Yeah, well, he's still not massive. I won't say he's a massive body, but he's grown a bit since then. He was really small back then. But yeah, he's matured a bit. He's still got his agility and his flair, type of thing. And his agility. He's really good. But one thing that's improved is his ball playing. We like our fullbacks, a ball player, and he's certainly developed that, in the years that I've been away from him.
He's another one that's had a tough time with injuries, hasn't he, really? I don't know if you spoke to him at all during that time when he was really finding it tough injury-wise, but how well's he done to get to this point now? Injuries are part and parcel of rugby league, and it affects, like you say, some players a lot more than it does others, and he's had a torrid time of it. I saw him in the gym in pre-season, actually, when he was at Bradford, when he just left Leeds to go to Bradford, and he was saying he just wanted to get out there and play, and try and get back into Super League again. No disrespect to Bradford, he was saying, but he wanted to just get back playing, and when he were injured a lot and playing he went on loan to Hull, and from Leeds he wasn't playing consistently, so he just wanted to get some games back under his belt, and he knew that when that happened he was good enough to showcase that he was a good enough Super League, and I think he did that certainly last week. As for yourself, a couple of tries against Lee, particularly enjoyed the acrobatic finish as well, at the age of 35.
Yeah.
How much did you enjoy that one?
It was all right. I just had to, do my job. I didn't land as fluently as what I wanted to be, or might have done in a few years ago. But it's Mikey did all the hard work. Mikey, stood up his man and put me away quite nicely. So I didn't have anyone to beat. I just had to dive over, make sure I stayed in field and dive over, which I did. And like I say, that's just my job.
Practicing the forward roll, though, is not something you do very often.
No, my daughter does. My daughter does gymnastics, and she's massively into it. And she said straight away, she said, "What are you trying to copy me for?" It was not the best performance, in her eyes. But yeah, it was just the position that I ended up in.
It did the job, as you say. You did the job. How are you feeling, though, about how you've gone this year overall?
All right. A bit ups and downs. A bit more. I've had a couple more niggly injuries than I ever have done before, like a niggly calf injury, then a rib injury, and that sort of stuff. So I've missed the odd game, which I've not enjoyed at all. I like performing, like the lion's share of the games, and the only reason why I'll miss a game I've missed a game this year is through a niggly injury, and so I've not enjoyed that. But when I've been out there, I think I've been all right, I suppose. You're doing what I normally do, so I'm not going to start punching the air and saying I'm doing one of my best seasons ever, but I'm doing thereabouts.
Yeah, we know you've committed already to 2024. So how is the body feeling?
Yeah, fine. Mostly fine. Hopefully, them niggly injuries go away. They've gone away. Let's hopefully they stay away. But it's all about how you prepare for the week and look after your body, and because then the niggly injuries don't bother. They don't rear their heads. So hopefully I can just crack on now. I'm same into next year. Look after myself, and I'll be good for next year.
Yeah. Beyond that, I don't know. Are you one for thinking that far ahead about what comes next after playing, or no?
What do you mean after playing? I've still got. I might go again. I'll never say I'm going to stop. But this far out from. It'll be if I feel really bad. Next year, I'll probably call time on it. But certainly at this stage, I don't feel like I want to stop. I want to keep playing. If Hull KR or anyone else wants me, that's up to them. But I'll keep going as long as my body allows me to, and it's going well so far.
Oh, I'm certainly not looking to retire you.
Yeah, ta.
You can keep going to 36. You keep going.
Cheers. Yeah, thank you.
Catalans up next. Lost and nilled at home to Wigan last time out. So how much more dangerous does that make them, do you think?
It's been, I don't make a habit of it, but when you go to a casino and play roulette, and each result don't matter what's happened before. It's a standalone. That's the mathematical side of me coming out there. It's each result is a standalone. You don't have to take into past results, and that's the same with Catalans. They're a good team. We'll look at the game that Wigan featured really well in, and looked what Wigan did well, because obviously that'll help us out. To find out where Catalans, maybe not as strong. So we'll have to try and exploit that. But we know that Catalans are a strong team. You don't get to top of league by not being a good team. So we know that we've played them twice as well. We had a good go at first time. Second game we were well beat. So we know that we have to be very, very good to match Catalans.
Well, that's the performance against Lee. Is that got to be the benchmark now, really, not just for Catalan but for the rest of the season as well?
Yeah, if you're serious about winning something, certainly. You can't, this time of year, you can't, like I said earlier on about the energy, we brought a load of energy. If you don't bring that energy, you're just going to lose, and then it's not going to be, if it is in the knockout stages, well, you're out of the comp. So you've got to do that until the grand final now. If we've got any chance, and if we've been serious about it, that's what we've got to do.
Being back at Craven Park as well, there's a couple of games left at home now in the regular season anyway, so how big is that going into this crucial stage now of the season? That's it.
There's 8 points up for grabs. We're looking to get in that top six. There's 3 of us on 24 points, I think. Us, Warrington and Salford. We play Salford along the way as well, so that's going to be what they call it, a 4-pointer. But so we've got some crucial things coming up, what we need to really work at and try and go after 8 points to really make sure that we're getting that top 6.
I mean, you've been there and done it numerous times about getting a team into that playoff stage at the end of the season. What do you think it's going to take from everybody to get over the line?
Well, like I said earlier about the energy, it's a long season, and you come to this part of the season, might be battered and bruised, and carrying a couple of bumps, but it's not about that. It's about putting that to one side and just giving it everything you've got. Because of the rewards on the end of it, that's why you play the game. It's a great feeling. I'm chasing that feeling again, and I want to get there and do it. It's just getting everyone on the same wavelength and doing it all together.
Best of luck, Ryan. Thank you so much for that, mate. Really appreciate that.
Thank you. No worries.